Hey everybody, we're ready for the termite match. Double Dragons 2, The Revenge, clear the woods. The Smurfs, save Brainy from the snake. That is the SMS version. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Arrive at the hospital. I had mentioned something about that just a minute ago on Brosentia's channel, just by coincidence. Hey, Sleep Cycles, what's going on? That's what's up. You gonna be up in 3 hours? I could use players. I'm glad you know what this thing is. I'm just getting the player screens ready. We have the woods as a challenge for Double Dragons, which is stage 5, I think. I've got them a state for that. They're going to start there. Should be pretty interesting. I know where he sleeps. I was just wondering. I was just checking. I know it's late out there. This is a race. Yes, we are doing the Mr. Triathlon race. Here it is. "20 minutes per task is their limit. I need them to beat the woods stage in Double Dragons 2. There are worse stages. In fact, the stages before this one are worse. It's not easy though, still. The Smurfs SMS, they're going to beat the first boss, is what they're doing in that one. It's easier than the SNES one. I wouldn't ask them to do that on the SNES one. but it still might be a challenge. None of these games are easy because Terminator 2 Judgment Day isn't messing around either. Maybe the worst of the three at that. I've had Double Dragon 2 on here before, level 3. The challenge was simply beat that level, and it was quite a feat. Actually, it was only to get partway through it. It's my bad these players are starting a little late. I had a Kuso match I wanted to be a part of, so I was involved in that. Moving right on over to this. We're all set. We're all good to go. Forest of Death. Countdown start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. My clock is on. I think Double Dragon 2 here, despite the instant death that they both had, not too bad. Also, they only have one life. One life, bad luck. I don't think this stage is that bad, that's why. Probably could have done with a couple, though. Let's play some of that Double Dragon 2 jam. I think this is mission 5. Just the water jumping scene. Definitely the hardest part of this. The music is amazing, in fact. It's better than the game. Thanks for the sub.
Almost new snail time. Oh yeah.
Got the vertical correct. Doing the jumps. Over the bridge. Nice work. I told them how to do the super kick, which I feel like is essential. But it isn't really. It just does a ton of damage. It makes this so much easier. Yeah, Double Dragon's always had stupid platforming in it. I don't know why. It never was a good idea. They kept bringing it back and making it worse in each game. I feel like 2 is wildly bad about it. The worst one of any of them. They hit peak bad ideas with jumping in Double Dragons 2. The knee kick is a little weird, so you do a jump kick while coming up out of a crouch, which you can do by jumping usually is an easy way to cause that to happen. Ultimately, it does so much damage. Oh no! Well, here's where extra lives would come in handy. I don't know why the screen's not scrolling for Extreme0. Maybe they didn't kill the enemies quickly enough. Or they didn't kill the enemies first. They need to do that. Yeah, that certainly is why. You can't go until the thumb tells you so. The Lindas. I don't like Mission 6 music. We're gonna go back to Mission 4. Heck. Paranoia is reliably getting over there too. I would say the easier part of the stage, except for a Bobo depositing you down a pit. One of the reasons why I took their lives away was to make sure that they didn't instantly beat this, because with a couple extra lives in tow, you can kind of brute force through. It is a little mean though, because there is some instant death, and the extra lives would guard you against that. A Bobo here is the big one. The last big one, I think. He's really at guarding that ledge and wants to toss you off of it, but you can do the same to him as the thing. You could just kick him right off. He's not too dangerous in this game. You can punch him to death if you want. He does stun lock a lot though. Oh no! Better learn how to jump kick quick. Paranoia. Better stop punching. Punching's not gonna work here. Okay, you've gained some freedom. Oh man. Getting bullied. I gave him directions on how to jump kick. He's not doing it. He's not even trying. He's dead. A Bobo with more hair. There are a couple. I really think they're gonna have a terrible time if they don't get over the desire to punch a Bobo. It's really hard to pull that off. Ah, oh, an Extreme0 gets for a swim. Let's try mission 1. Music. Extreme0 is not having a good time with the dragons here. Paranoia not really having a great time either, but they are consistently kicking the butt on the first part, and I did expect that to be the hold up. I expected Extreme0's jump troubles to be consistent for both players, but Paranoia really got it well and quickly. A Bobo holding them up, I'm surprised. But that's because they just aren't trying the jump kicks, really. Jump kicks always work on a Bobo in every game I've ever seen him in. Kicking sort of works better than punching. Punching is the worst thing I think you can do. Kicking is like second worst Jump kick's extremely good. The knee kick, absolutely the best way. Kills him instantly, knocks him off the ledge. This is working better. Paranoia's figured out the move. Here comes the second one. Yeah, that range is enough to, it's not wider than a Bobo's, but a Bobo's AI doesn't realize that, so he likes to get too close, and you can kick him a couple times. It's how it works. It's pretty precise. Extreme0's over there. Nice. And a Bobo's down. We move forward. At the boss, I believe, which is a giant tank. Gotta fight some dudes in the way first, though. They're taking too much damage. Both of them are. They've got to master that jump kick, man. I think that's the ticket. Honestly expected them to try it. I haven't seen either one of them really do it much. Extreme0 is trying to jump kick. Do you need to hold forward while you do it? I'm not sure. Extreme0 goes over the edge. Oh, that's too bad. Well, Paranoia's made it to the boss here in 9 minutes. If they can survive... They have to climb to the top of this thing, and then the fight will begin with a couple minions. They don't have any life left. I'd be scared if I were them to try and do this. It sucks. They got beaten up real bad. Will he deduce how this is done? Killed by Steam. A new attempt. Into the drink. Both players starting over. Paranoia is almost done the challenge, but they had so many guys to go through. I feel like it's like 4 minions and then a big boss, and a Bobo sort of boss, who would die to 2 knee attacks, but considering we haven't seen one of those yet, starting to, I really was hoping they'd work out how to do that when I made this one, because that's a very essential move. And them not doing what I said is a very powerful attack in my directions. I think Extreme0 has tried to do it. Paranoia hasn't even given it a shot, and I think that's gonna make this impossible for them almost. It's such a good move that I balanced around it. It's not easy to pull off, but ultimately you can try it without harm coming to you, because the enemy will block the jump kick and then probably not attack you while you're trying to get it to happen. So you can keep trying until you pull it off, ultimately, and when you do pull it off, you knock them so far away that they are not going to counterattack. I'm surprised how little damage the dynamite does. Paranoia's only lost 1 HP so far. They really need to do well against the Bobos here. That was the issue last time. They got bruised real bad by a Bobo. They're trying to punch again. It's wild. Wild decision. Oh no! Oh, jeez. Extreme0 is trying to work this move out. The uppercut happens, and I mean, the uppercut's good too, so, you know, that's not the worst thing if it happens. It happens when you come out of a crotch as well. And that's why you often do that one instead. It only takes one button instead of two, so it reads that input first. That's why it uppercuts. I don't complain when I get the uppercut because it's a good move. It would be nice to have the other one, though. Extreme0 really wants to do the knee kick, but it's not working. I don't know what they're doing wrong. Double Dragon's holding these players up, man. There it was, but it went the wrong way. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, down. "14 minutes in, looking a little grim for Double Dragons too." I have concerns now about them finishing either of the other two games. Possible that that's not going to happen. This one I thought would be a little easier than it is. I wonder if the extra lives would have done it. I think Paranoia would have done it with the extra lives. You're supposed to have 3 over the whole game, so you really can't afford to die in this stage, ultimately, is what it comes down to. And that's my justification for taking the lives away. If you die in this stage, you probably are not going to beat the game. That's the way it goes. This is one of the easiest stages. I would say level 1 is the easiest, and then this one right after it. Vampirized Jimmy, what? I don't know anything about that. Paranoia is having Obobo problems. I feel like 2 is difficult because you're probably going to be the one going down those pits. Unless you have the stage memorized. Well, there's a section where the helicopter comes in and guns you down if you're standing in the wrong place. I feel like it's not well done. Paranoia drinking water again. Extreme0 climbing up. I know Extreme0 is trying to do the move because the uppercut jump is exactly what would happen if they were close but no cigar on it. And they've already done it one time. If they can get it to happen right now, they'll kill a Bobo. It's so good. But damn, they're too close to the edge. It's risky when you're that close to the edge because a Bobo will do that. A wild throw. I didn't realize it, but the Steam Tank has its own theme song. Here it is. The boss of the stage that we did see. I got close. No cigar on beating it, but really close. This stage is just long for the HP that you're given. I should have given them extra lives, though. That's my mistake. Underestimated how little knee we'd see in this performance. Extreme0 just did it, jumping up the ledge. That's probably frustrating, that they only do it when they can't hit the enemy with it. There it is! Destructive Force. Almost did it again. He's getting the hang of it. It's a little too late, unfortunately. Even with 4 HP left, if they could reliably do that move, they would clear it with that much HP. Just a couple minutes left. We'll be moving on to the Smurfs, which is a long one. That's a long challenge. These both the other games are pretty lengthy. Terminator 2 is not a hard one. I gave them pretty good directions on what to do. Extreme0's got it. It's practicing. It's like he can only do it when he's practicing. Never gets it when it's when the pressure's on. The stress is killing Billy. There it is. I love that move, man. Working it out just a little too late into the run here to save any time. I don't think there's enough time left to save. Now it hits a Bobo so far that even now it probably will kill him. It'll probably knock him down the pit. Really close anyway. You can definitely do it safely. I'd say right around the middle is the distance. There you go. 2 of those and Bobo's down. Ultimately, both players here made it around to the steam tank and could not finish. It's a very finicky super move. I bet Extreme0 is not happy to see the stage continuing. I don't know if they know this game well enough to know that there was more level after the 2 Abobos, which feels like an end to a long section. No heal happens, unfortunately. Time to move on. To the Smurfs. Gotta readjust the screen to make up for their resolution weirdness. There we are. This is a better game than the SNES one. The SNES Nightmare isn't so much here. Not that it's a good game, mind you. It is insensitive. They actually changed that. The American cartoon. It is controllable. I think it's better. It's definitely a better game. The SNES one is a nightmare. I think Extreme0 is in a bonus round. Maybe not. Maybe this is the stage. I forget. There's a lot of bonus rounds in this game. This looks like a regular stage. I forget exactly how to turn into the bonus rounds as well, but that also is easy and likely to happen. It's probably the stars. The berries are probably HP. The stars are probably bonus again. Probably. I feel like that's true. Oh, taking some shark bites. Made it through Act 2, no problem. Apparently this is going to be the free ride game. The River Smurf. If they had gotten the stars, they would have seen bonus rounds a couple of times already. It certainly gives you a lot of stuff, a lot of extra lives and things like that. In this game, it probably is worth it. If it ends up being a problem that they're low on lives, bonus round's going to be the solution for that. It might not be, though. Extreme0 is going to take a couple deaths working out how the birds work. No surprise there. Jumped on them, thought you'd get, the Mario jump boost, but actually they are the para beetles gimmick, so you can ride on them if you jump on them just right. Cannot kill the birds. And that kind of thing throws you off the first time it happens. You don't control correctly for how they're going to react. How's this music? Is it maddening? How about this song? I appreciate that he's just skipping logs because it's such a bad jump. Oh my. Oh, this game's still kind of rude. Extreme0 almost out of lives already. It's only been a couple minutes though since we got here. I believe that Act 5 is where you'll find Brainy's boss fight with the snake. So this level they're on now, Act 3, it's not too far away actually. They have another similarly annoying level in the swamps after this, and then they'll be there. Extreme0 sees an extra life right in front of them. Can they make it? Alright, they're still alive for now. Doing good work on this level. There's the end of it. Takes a caterpillar bite. Alright, Act 3 done already. And by the other player too, Paranoia. The swamps. The shamps. Extreme0 has already found out they can grab onto objects back there. They're vines. They sort of don't work very well. This one's gonna be the hard stage. I wasn't sure where to end this challenge, and I saw this level and thought, you know what? This level is a good... The boss isn't hard. This level's a good one to stop on. So, we just throw the boss onto the end, and we have a nice, clear stopping point. In 5 minutes, they both game overed on the swamps, the final objective here. They never got any password, I don't believe. The password happens after the first boss. The Black Smurfs were bitten by that mosquito, and it's turned them into zombie Smurfs of sorts, yeah. That's what's going on. And they are purple in the American release, and I think the comic probably originally changed that as well eventually. Like, it's obviously a bad move, but that's what's going on, yeah. They are regular Smurfs who got bitten by that mosquito, and that mosquito makes them want to attack the other Smurfs and also get them to join in, and they hop around instead of walking as their other trait. And at least in this game they're not instant death like they are in the other one. The leaves probably give you an extra life. The stars almost assuredly give you a bonus round, though I have no idea how many you need. I know that it's not very many because you can definitely have had one by now. Neither player has entered a bonus round, and that's surprising me. But anyway, the SNES one is so rude about the bonuses that you have to go through 5 stages collecting every single one to get a single bonus round. It's a ridiculous number of those. Extreme0 grabbing 4, might be getting one soon. Not yet. They both have beaten the bridge. They know what's going on with the bridge now. I think they're gonna have an easier time now that they understand the idea of it. It's still bad jumping mechanics, so instant death abound on it, but they know how it works at least, and I think that's gonna help a lot. the concept's a little strange. But once you know the birds are parabeetles and that those platforms sink, you're all set to do better on this kind of stuff. Extreme0 is careful jumping, keeping them alive. Paranoia goes into the water. I think Extreme0 is out again of this stage. It's very short if you know how to do it. Back in the champs. Alright. This level also isn't too long. It's just the first one that I think in this game, this version, is really obnoxious. You can speed up your jump midair in this stupid game, and that's a weird mechanic to use, but it is important. This vine mess is the next thing they're gonna have to work out how to do. Paranoia's got the idea. I don't think the snake will kill them. It might. I think if they get through this level with any number of lives, they probably have it. I would expect them to win at that point. Extreme0 is collecting stars. This mosquito, man. Hey, that's a nice find. A whole 1-up, nice. Doesn't get better than that, really. That's the only thing of value in this place. Another enemy that you just kind of stand on. Another parabeetle sort of enemy. This one not flying, though. Paranoia's getting real far into the stage. I don't think there's much left. They both are getting the hang of it. It's been half the playtime, though. We gonna save any time? Oh, they're both on their last life. The damn swamps. I think, yeah, the players are overthinking a lot of the jumps. They're expecting to get some height off of the enemies, when that's not often the case. Most of the enemies don't die in the Smurfs here. They're platforms. The Smurfs can only harm the simplest of creatures in this. In the SNES one, they can't even hurt butterflies. Butterflies are lethal. For some reason. Oh no, Paranoia didn't jump off the vine. Takes a death. I thought they were gonna make it. They were so close. I hate to see it. I hate to see no one beat this one. I was hoping for some success by now. We might need a tiebreaker. We might have a 60-minute... How will I do that? Hey, Boix, thanks for the host. What's up? Hey, Boix, you feel like playing Arcade Pit tonight? I need a team to fight Author Blues and Skybills. I'm gonna do all my work at once. Can you find a partner? in such short notice. I actually spent most of my time preparing for next week's marathon. So that's all full up. I did succeed in finding 5 sets of players for next week. We have quite a show next week. But ultimately, I was not really prepared for this week. So Author Blues and Sky Bulls are stepping in as Team A. And if you want to step in as Team B, that's fine with me. You have an hour and a half to get ready. The other thing I was working on today is getting all those videos uploaded. Extreme0's landed on a bonus round at last. Did not got some HP back. Didn't get any 1-ups though. It's an unfortunate run. It was a Plinko bonus round, and the 1-ups are the goal. Didn't achieve anything out of that, unfortunately. All that work for naught. That was a pretty amusing take on that level there. There are a couple bonus rounds. This game actually, if it didn't control so stupidly, it wouldn't be too bad. Everything else about it, the way it's done, the level design, the length of the stages, the objects in the stages, all of it's good. It's just the way it controls that makes it suck. If it weren't for that, if it had a little bit more care on the motion and the way you move, it wouldn't be too bad of a game. Maybe cut down on the instant death a little bit. And I'm definitely comparing it directly to the SNES one, which is an unplayable disaster when I say that. The vines are a real hassle for the players here. I'm seeing them struggle a lot. Anything involving the vines often seems to end in disaster. You slide right off those suckers. Extreme0 having a hell of a time. We have 4 minutes left in the Smurfs. The time flew by. Unlike Dragons, we're seeing a lot of content, so it feels faster than Dragons did. Paranoia not making the jumps. They're just getting held up by the last object. They're both getting stuck on different things this time. Oh no! Extreme0 beaten by that mosquito. Paranoia is doing well. They're almost there. If they could just finish the level. Where they were when they died last time. And they got that game over. It was so far in, I thought they had it. It's not really anything new. It's more of the same kind of obstacles. They just eventually mess up one of these instant death jumps and have to start the entire thing over. The soundtrack is alright too for this. This is an SMS game, by the way. This is a Game Gear port of a much better Smurfs game than I'm used to. That jump! No! I don't think we're in good shape. Going into Terminator 2 is going to decide our winner, folks. It's looking unlikely for the Smurfs here with 3 minutes left. Was the swamps too tough, too powerful? If I had given them 3 lives in Double Dragons, they probably would have beaten it, and that would have been the easy one to guarantee. I should have done that. I thought Smurfs would be maybe the easy one here. And Double Dragons, I didn't expect to be troublesome. It was supposed to be medium. But it definitely needed lives, ultimately. Paranoia's at the rock. That's a really hard jump. 2 minutes left. They can still save time here. Can they do some more of that? Oh no! Right there! It's right there! No, no! I think that's it. They could have actually skipped that second stone. They didn't really need it. I don't think they're gonna have enough time now. They're going really quickly, and they're doing better for it, honestly. They're really moving fast, and the game feels like it's easier for them to control because of it. As if it were made to be dashed through. And it kind of is. With 1 minute left, takes a spill. Those rocks are disgusting. I think that's it for the Smurfs. We're gonna move on to T2 real soon here. With 50 seconds left. No one's clearing this. The snake will take a little bit of time. Not much, but a little bit of time. So, Extreme0 has a 30-second head start. Let's play the Terminator 2 SNES OST. You ready? No idea what's going on with Paranoia's screen. Oh, okay. That'll do. That'll do alright. I owe them a full minute of time, ultimately, for getting that fixed. The goal, as I told the players, is to find objects in each stage. You do escort missions later. We're not doing that nonsense. Not in this challenge, thankfully. The objects you're looking for in stage 1 are a gun, a shotgun, and John Connor's address, which you can find in a phone booth. I told the players about the phone booth thing, so they know that. Getting the guns off the enemies is random. You also have to find future objects. I have no idea what they're supposed to be or why they decided to put them in this game. It's strictly worse for it. There's one. Destroying objects is important to get this done. Our players are having a heck of a time. They really need to get their hands on a gun, is ultimately the thing. Neither one of them went inside yet, and I'm worried that they're not going to figure out this basic starter part of this. And I think that's where you can get the guns. These guys outside might drop them, but Extreme0 has entered the building. I'm asking them to beat 2 stages here, and then drive to the last one. Gun! A gun, oh man. Very exciting. This will help a lot. Extreme0's HP is very low, but now they've determined how to find gun. This makes the game a lot playable. Is this the first set that will just be a wipeout? Current objective not done, sorry. You must find all of that junk. I think this is an LJ in game, I'm not sure. Can't remember. It's bad though. I'm feeling like any of the phone booths will tell them the address. But maybe not. Both players have gun. Paranoia has worked out how to pick up the future objects. At least we have that. So that's something. Level 1 really isn't that hard, so it's kind of discomforting that they're not done with it already. They're having a hard time working out how this game is played. Paranoia seems to be the closest to understanding how to do it. There. Extreme0 has worked out how to pick up the future object as well. There's 2 or 3 of those in this level. I think 2. And then there's a requirement to find the guns, which they both have done. And then the address, which I told them how to do almost directly, but I don't know if they've pulled it off yet. I told them it's in a phone booth. Is Extreme0 done with this future object? Is that their last requirement? Have they done the address? Is Paranoia done with the address? No. I think Extreme0 is done. I think they're ready to leave the stage. If they can escape with their life. The little kicks jump that he does is the fastest way to move in this video game. Extreme0 just burned to death. Oh man. He didn't realize he was taking damage from that fire. He was. Back to the start. I can't believe that happened. It sucks. I was watching him do that for 5 seconds. This is a bad day for video games, folks. I feel like he was like an inch away from the screen and he just wanted to push for that exit, but he didn't make it. He just did not survive. Well, ultimately, this was 3 misses in a row. I'm surprised. This one I didn't really expect them to clear necessarily, unless they really got the hang of it fast. But the other two, I'm surprised. And it will be the first time I've completely missed on all 3 games. I think. I don't think we've had a 60-minute complete timeout before on all 3 challenges here on both players. If that happens, we'll have to do another match, I suppose. Paranoia has finally beaten level 1 with a 1-to-1 accuracy. Nice work. Welcome to the driving stage. Paranoia already has been destroyed. Just took so long to figure out how to drive. Oh man, what a shame. Amazing. I think Extreme0 is about to take a ride. They still have time to beat this. Oh no, he's not done. What is he missing? Did he not collect the future object, maybe? This game is very long and it gets worse. Oh, this is just strictly worse and worse the longer this goes on. Oh, the future object was missing. Now he's ready to leave. This game actually becomes the movie in the form of a double escort mission for most of it. Most of the game, you are absolutely fighting an unstoppable killing machine in pursuit of you, guarding 2 people, one of them a child. That absolutely is what happens for most of this. In case you haven't seen the last half of this game, that's what it is. Extreme0 also learning how to drive the bike. Doing alright. Only a quarter of the way dead. John's house is pretty close by. That's level 2. Getting the bike to turn is not the easiest thing in the world. He really wants to turn here. He's trying to work out how. Almost dead, trying to get it to happen. Friggin' traffic. Lots of traffic. Oh no. Oh my. You absolutely can turn there. It's a very finicky turn, though. Will they work it out? He's worked it out. He's turned. He's on the road. All right. Yeah, he's parked. Nice. Level 2, boys. You gotta go in this house, collect the future objects, and find the ID. Also, there's bombs in the house. Yeah, I wrote hospital, but what I really meant was the mall. So when they get to the mall, that's my goal. That's what I meant. I forgot about the mall stage. Somehow I completely forgot that horrible level. And that's where they'll be going next, and that's what my goal really is, not the hospital. The hospital's too far in. Well, that didn't go well. I wanted them to beat this level here and then be done. Did you notice that the game's... I think y'all did. The game is telling you every time you kill one of these guys. Non-fatal wounds, actually. We didn't actually hurt them. They're fine. Even though you shot them down. Well, I have two options here. I can either have another go at it, but neither of them beat the challenge, or call a winner based on distance. Paranoia made it a little bit further in the Smurfs. Extreme0 is doing way more progress in Terminator 2. I got held up in this stage here because you're supposed to shoot the freaking ladder. Which is dumb as heck. That's what you do, though. I told them about that. Well, Extreme0 is really close to done with this. They might pull it off. They're very injured. They've got to destroy more objects in the house to find this ID. I didn't tell them where that is. It's the first time that I didn't give them directions in this game is on that ID. And the last time. It's really the last thing. I did tell them to destroy objects though, and that's what's up with it. How do you like the T-1000 being really annoying and not freaking dying, just constantly in your face? Ah, it looks like Extreme0 has beaten level. They need to escape. I think they're going the wrong way, unfortunately. I don't know where they're going. Uh-oh. Looking a little grim. Hope they can get out of the house. I don't know why they're going left instead of right. Oh, I don't understand. Oh no. Oh, the pistol doesn't work very well against the T-1000. It takes so many shots. This might be a dead end for Extreme0. Oh my, the T-1000's back again. The constant, annoying threat. The bikers are still here also because they just don't quit, man. Remember how they didn't just quit in the movie, they just kept on coming. They never got the idea that this guy is not going to stop. Ah, he's done it. Extreme0 is really close to done. He might pull it off. All he has to do is drive to the next location and he's won, officially. It's more of this. And it's a much longer drive than before. All over the road. I have hope in Extreme0's driving prowess here. Let's see if he can do it. Why is he going north instead of east? This is my first question. Paranoia has found the house and is clearing it. Now it's time to go north. Turning is such a hassle, man. He's done it. He's turned. The big deal, the turn, has happened. It's occurred. He's looking for a way to go up again. He's looking northeast here. Oh. Oh my, the cops. He's done it. I'm gonna call that there. Nice work. Two minutes with a time of 58 and nothing. Yeah, it was a close match for a couple of reasons. Hey, Extreme0, well done.
That was fucking awful in every way.
I'm surprised Double Dragons was holding you both up so much.
Yeah, Double Dragon I'm not really a big fan of. And the problem was I keep forgetting that the control scheme changes whatever direction you're facing.
Yeah, it does
So every
that.
time I wanted to kick, I just kind of mildly just punch instead and all that. Plus also the knee you were talking about, I kept doing it. I kept pressing A and B just when he lands, but he wouldn't do it. And I kind of figured out you actually have to press forwards as well, just to do it.
It's pretty inconsistent in general. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
I can't get it myself half the time, but half the time's good enough because it's such a good move that it still wins. That challenge was definitely designed around using that quite a bit, but you were actually pretty close. Paranoia was a little bit further in that one, but there wasn't much left after the two Abobos. There's a big old tank that you jump on top of, and then 3 or 4 guys, and another Abobo, and then it's done.
So I was screwed regardless. I would not have made it at all. I'll be honest, the Smurfs was probably the best of the bunch.
Smurfs was meant to be the easiest one, but it didn't have a whole lot of lives either for what they were looking for.
Yeah, I thought like the swamp was the worst part because of the slidiness.
Yeah,
That's what brought it down.
That's the only level I actually thought was difficult in that set. The boss sure isn't, so I figured either you'll beat the swamps or you won't beat it. And Paranoia got to the exit sign and fell in the drink, so no one ended up beating the swamps.
Sounds about right. Yeah, I feel like Terminator 2, once they actually kind of got what they wanted, I kind of figured, okay, this is kind of how they play. The turning was a hassle to get working, because I figured out that if you have to hold it to turn, I figured out. Because it's kind of weird. Like, I kept pressing the button to turn, but I kept going either north or south. So I just kind of figured, do I just lightly tap it instead?
Yeah.
I just figured it out.
Paranoia, what did you think of these games?
Well, the least bad out of all of them was the Smurfs.
That's what I'm hearing.
It just took me forever to figure out what the hell I was doing in Terminator. It just was not clear.
Yeah, it's an adventure game, first and foremost. That game only gets worse and worse. You saw the driving. That's...
the driving, me just going in circles for, like, how many minutes?
The bikers ramming into you and doing 1 million damage to start for no reason. The turning in it also. How do you turn again? Do you hold down Y and mash it when you're on the road?
Yeah, something like that.
No, I felt like it was just tapping lightly. I just kind of...
No, I had to, like, hold down a brake or whatever it was to be able to turn, because otherwise you cannot. You just go shooting on past.
Yeah. Also, button mashing was pretty much the only way I could figure out some of the stuff I wanted.
So you have to blow up a phone booth and then read the phone book to get the address, and then for some reason you gotta go get 2 future objects in stage 1, and then go inside, because only the guys inside, of course, will drop guns, only them, so you gotta go in there and punch them to get your guns that you require.
Yeah, sounds complete shit.
It's just copying the movie there. After you get out on the road, you drive to John's house, you collect even more future objects. I think you can get his ID in a couple places. I think you can get it from blowing up a dresser or looking in the dresser.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured out when I was in the bedroom. It has to be in there somewhere.
The answering machine tells you he's at the mall, and then you can leave that stage, go for a pretty healthy drive down the road to the mall. It takes a while.
Jumping was the way to get past some of that stuff, though.
When you go play this in your spare time, because it's such a good game, I know you can't resist. What you're in for after that, the mall and every stage after it is an escort mission. On top of being the same game, you still have to look for stuff in a big maze, and
But
constantly
also protecting someone.
Yeah, there's this unstoppable guy showing up over and over again, harassing you. Non-stop enemies.
T-1000. Was
Yeah.
it T-1000? Yeah.
Would that be so bad if the enemies were not non-stop and it's an LGN game, so they have to stretch it out somehow because they were feckless assholes? Excuse me.
Not only is it an escort mission for the rest of the game, but it's a double escort mission because you have to save Sarah Connor and she's with you as well. You have to protect both of them. They both have health bars. Neither of them do anything. I think she shoots a pistol.
I'm glad you didn't make us do that part.
Yeah, I forgot that the hospital was after the mall, so the mall was what I was looking for. So you managed to beat one of these, thankfully. We don't have to have another tiebreaker with 58 minutes. Extreme0, nice work.
Yeah, Double Dragon, alright game, but fuck, that's not my type of game. I'd rather prefer any brawler than that. Honestly.
You're supposed to have 3 lives. I didn't give you those. I should have, but I didn't. One of the reasons for my thinking that that's the case is because that game is so hard that that level there is probably second or third easiest in the whole game, and if you die on that level, your run is probably over. Like, you can't afford to take a death on the easy stage, and that is supposed to be one of the easy stages.
The easy stage, and I think my first time I got like past the river and got upstairs, I got flipped immediately off the cliff by a yeah.
Yeah. Well, you actually made it to the steam tank. That's where the end is. You were almost done there. Just a couple more guys in your way. Did you ever figure out how to do the knee kick? Paranoia?
I did. I think I used it a couple times on the guys that came after the Dobos, but nope.
Sorry, you continue.
And then I just kept getting flipped over and over again because apparently they just have like reach of like the entire fucking screen.
They do. Their range is further than your kick. Kick is workable. Kick is like... Punch is insane. You never would be able to punch a Bobo. That's what we were trying at first. I knew that wouldn't work. He just grabs you.
I hate how I kept, like, I knew when I was trying to get the move to work, I kept getting it consistently whenever I practiced, but then I go into fight an enemy, it's just, how do I get it to work is the thing. It just doesn't.
It's a frame
like I kept doing,
trick.
Frame
It's very... Every time you did an uppercut, it was... That also is a move you can only do out of a crouch, so in that case, it was reading one of the inputs first. Every time that happened.
Oh, really? So, what I was supposed to say is that I would probably have to assign one button for 2, so I can actually instantly do it, rather than having to press 2 buttons to do it.
Well, the nice thing is the uppercut is like the second best move. It's pretty strong, so it's not a bad thing. It's just not as good as that ridiculous... That knee kick is actually broken, so the whole game being built around not having that move, and if you do have that move, suddenly the game is almost fair. If not for the platforming.
Yeah, it also feels like there's a risk to it, considering you're having to jump down, and then you have to wait for him to knee when the enemy can just punch you out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smurfs, it was actually pretty alright. The only thing I hated about it was the frame rate drops. It kind of screwed up the jumping.
How did you feel Paranoia when you saw the exit sign and then?
I felt like straight in. I'm like, that was probably the end of this entire challenge.
Yep.
And I fell right for it.
There is a boss, but the boss is not difficult, so I expected that you were going to make it there, and you didn't pull it off. That would have been a good 5-minute save. It would have made it happen. 2 rocks in a row, though. Those slippery little boulders are what they wanted you to jump on, and that's the hardest thing in this.
I would not have minded so much if the game was not as fucking slippery as it fucking is. And every fucking time you go past a fucking vine, hey, you want to fucking grab it?
The vines look like they were in trouble. This is way better than the SNES version, though. I wouldn't have asked for even half as many stages than that.
I actually would prefer the SNES version, because the first time I played it was the GBA version. And I actually felt that was better playable.
I forget whether they give you a password in the SNES one.
Probably not.
I think they give it to you after the same boss, so they would have expected another 5 stages cleared for that as well. Well, Thanks for playing, guys. Extreme0, you'll be moving on to play against Zero Chan or Subwoofers, whichever one of those wins. And Paranoid, thanks for playing all the way into my bracket stage. Nice work.
Thank you for
That was
having me.
tense, though.
Sorry about the hour-long hell match.
I just wish one of those games was not one of those games.
Yeah.
Just
Frustrating?
yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figure.
If I had been a little nicer with Double Dragons and given you the 3 lives that you could have had, I think you would have beaten it because you were at the steam tank with... You were just injured at that point, and there was nothing left, but you could have brute forced it with a couple lives. After that, at that point, I think you could have just punched your way through if you had those lives. I was too mean with that one, I'm sorry for that. I underestimated how long that stage could be without the good kick.
Yeah, I think if we did manage to get it, I think, like you said, we'd probably be passing it with flying colors. But it's just too strict for someone new.
You were past all the instant deaths, so definitely both of you would have beaten it with a couple lives. The last death
was annoying.
The river sucked. A Bobo's pit is the last instant death thing, and then it's just beat 'em up after that for the rest of the stage. Anyway, I gotta get ready for pit. Thanks for playing. Have a good night.
Thank you very much. See ya.
See ya.
Folks, we'll be back in an hour and some change with an arcade pit match. Should be good and see you then.